everybody, this is Brian, and welcome to Chiller Night Live, where from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until 9 p.m. we'll be talking about all things horror, science fiction, paranormal. You picked a topic, we'll make a show out of it. We don't have a pre-selected topic for tonight, so we are just going to shoot from the hip and make it happen. So, and we can do that because we do that basically every week with your help, you chiller maniacs. So, Stephanie says, hey, y'all. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for joining us. Quite a week we had. Speaking of all things horror, science fiction, all things under that chiller umbrella, however you define chiller, I defined it as the old B movies of yesteryear. The old horror and UFO invasions of the earth and all that stuff. So that's why I throw science fiction in there, because a lot of those were science fiction too. So we don't want to leave that out. Paul says, hey there, how are you and Ava doing? I saw Mano. Did you see the new one? Are you talking about the new one? Manos Returns? Is that the one you're talking about? Oh, we gotta hear about this, Paul. Is that the one? How was Manos Returns? Brett says, how's it going? Hey, Brett, thanks for joining us. It's going pretty well. I'll be back at the store tomorrow. So, Bonehead says, hey, hello, Chiller Night crew and Brian. Hey, Bonehead, thanks for joining us. That's Vance's sneaking in. All right, we'll keep it on the down low. Thanks for joining us, Patty. Bonehead says, hey, Yins. All right, Bonehead. Hey, I'm waiting for John to come on here because I know he's a big fan of the Godzilla movies, and I'll get to what I'm getting at. Stephanie says, I was just gonna say, where is everybody? And now, never mind, right? Sometimes it takes a minute or so. Paul says, yes, Manos Returns on Tubi. Oh, very well done, just like the original. You know that was, speaking of the original, I'm sure you saw this last week, but the same guy, the crazy priest guy, that was him from the original, reprising his role in the 2018 horror comedy known as Manos Returns. So, I just can't imagine you sitting there watching that. Just the thrill, the excitement you must have had. But that is on Tubi. That's cool. I didn't know that. Joe Expo says, first one to like. I already know it's going to be a great show. Oh, thank you, Joe Expo. Thanks for joining us. Bonehead says, you got something about Godzilla. I do. I just wanted to say that, wait till John. Crows out the ground. If he's on here. Tom says, hey, Tom, thanks for joining us. Paul says, yep, he was no doubt very excited. Bonehead says, Brian, don't forget, I just completed my Godzilla collection of 6-inch figures. Oh, really? Now, what is that like? Does that, I can only imagine that's like the different, the kind of the evolution of Godzilla, or does that include some of the monsters that he's fought over the years, or just Godzilla, like the different phases or the different appearances of Godzilla? Oh, the waiting is going to kill me, Bonehead says. Okay, well, I don't want you to think it's too much. It's just all I wanted to say was, John Wayne says, hello, everyone. Hey, SBC, how are you doing tonight? I see Ava on Facebook. It's an empty comment, but I know that I'm sure you meant to send me a heart. So I'm going to send you one. Preemptive heart. Right back at you, baby. Or if you posted something, I can't see it. I just see your name. All right. Oh, now there's the hearts. All right, 3 hearts. I got 3 of them. Great. All right. Patty says, Bone, does that include the stuff available only overseas? You're dead already, Bone, Tom says. Bonin says, I have a 6-inch figure of each and every Godzilla figure from each and every movie. Whoa! Including Godzilla -1. I waved and gave hearts, Ava said. I saw that. I saw the little hand, too, and the little hearts. Aww. So thank you, baby doll. All right. Now Ava's on here, and I just, nope, that's the wrong, wrong movie poster. Paul likes it, but, all right, Godzilla -1. Ava and I just watched that. We just watched that last night. Was it last night or the night before? We just watched this. Nonetheless, doesn't matter. But that was a really good movie. I very much enjoyed that. And I don't know how many of you have seen that. I know we did a Godzilla as a topic here a few months ago, and I wish I had seen that before I had done this one, because I really enjoyed that movie, and it was certainly reminiscent of the original Godzilla movie. You know, it was just really, and now I understand what some of the comments were toward the end, without giving any spoilers. I just remembered that as I was watching the movie, I thought, that's what so-and-so meant by this. Okay. But very, very enjoyable movie. I thought it was outstanding, so very entertaining. And if you are in, Ava says good movie. And she's not, you know, a big Godzilla fan necessarily, but she enjoyed that movie. Paul said they sidetracked a little from the original, the man in the movie. I think was in one of the Transformers movies with Bumblebee. Oh, really? Really? They got an actor who was actually in one of these blockbuster movies, you know, to be in Manos. Okay, I find that I'm a little staggered, you know, mentally here thinking of that. Okay. They went all out. No expense spared to make Manos returns. Apparently. John says, it's Tuesday night and it's time again for Chiller Night Live. This is Crozak the Grand, and now here is the reason why we're here every Tuesday. Here's Bryan Hogue. Thank you. Thank you, Crozak the Grand. John. Hey, I wanted to wait until you were here, but, well, you're here now. So I was telling folks about Godzilla -1. Ava and I just watched that, and we just really liked it. Really, really liked it. So I got to get some Godzilla merchandise for the store. I have some on my wish list. Daniel says, sup, Bryan? Hey, Daniel, what's up with you? Patty says, Renee, are you here tonight? Yeah, where is Renee? She wasn't here last week either, was she? Bonin says, Godzilla figures only. I didn't want to do the other kaiju monsters. Oh, yeah, there would be probably just an onslaught of different ones. Paul's asking Ava how her hand is doing. Paul's on YouTube. Ava's on Facebook, so they won't be able to see each other's comments, so that's why I'm relaying that to you, Ava, if you're still watching. Brett's sending a wave. Ava says, took us only 2 days, LOL. Yeah, we did. We watched half, and then we watched the... That's it. That's why I thought it was... That's right. We did take 2 days to watch that. Bonin says, Pat Savan, I have figures from Japan and NECA, SH, Monster Arts, and Bandai. NECA, I'm trying to get an account with them. They have some pretty cool stuff. Paul says, the young man in the Bumblebee movie, not the older one. I'm not real familiar. I gotta say, I didn't see the Bumblebee movie, so I'm not sure. Are you talking about Bumblebee, the Transformer? That's what I think you said, but John Wayne says, as a child, I used to have a no-name dragon toy that looked exactly like Godzilla from the 70s and 80s. Cool. Patty says, one thing that irked me about kamikazes were never ensign. In the original Japanese, Kochi was a lieutenant. That's something about the kamikazes I wasn't aware of. That's interesting. John says, I left my intro post on YouTube because Facebook is not alerting people that you're on. Really? Even if you are, you like, subscribe, and all that stuff, and hit the notification bell, I think you have to, and I'm sure that's what you're referring to that even still, but I can't imagine why that wouldn't notify you if I'm on. Huh. Stephanie says, love the Universal Monsters shirt. Ah, thank you. Also, The Simpsons did a parody of Godzilla on a Halloween special. I'm sure they did. They're pretty good at that. But it says, Brian, could you set the color version? Did you see the color version or the black and white version? We saw the color version. I did see, I think it was John on John's Facebook page where he had posted about the black and white version was either available or would be available to watch on, I think on Netflix. That's where we saw it. We saw the color version on Netflix. So Daniel says, not much, waiting for my wife to come home from the hospital. She has been going for a week. I saw you posting about that. But she's coming home though, huh? So, huh. Well, I wish her a speedy recovery, Daniel. Whatever the issue was, I didn't catch what that was, but nonetheless, I wish her a speedy recovery, and get home soon and safe. Paul says, they stole my idea, the reboot. I'm upset, and now I'm drinking Four Loko. I mentioned doing a reboot a couple months ago, I remember. Yes, oh, I know. I would write somebody a very strongly worded letter or email. I guess nowadays, oh, you kids write emails these days. But do that. Don't let this go. Don't let this go. Even though it has been 2018, but we did talk about it a few months ago. Let's see. Ava says, I'm okay. It's hard to use or lift anything. With Paul was asking Ava how her hand was doing. Yes. Paul says, Bumblebee, the Transformers movies. That's what I thought you meant. Yeah. John says, I spent what free time I had this weekend watching an Ultraman marathon. Oh, cool. Which included the latest series episodes and the Shin Ultraman movie. Okay, what's that? What's the Shin Ultraman movie? I think Renee or somebody, maybe you, John, somebody, I know somebody's mentioned this before. Is that a new Ultraman movie? Or was that one from years ago that is now just streaming or something? Because if there's a new Ultraman movie, Ava, if you're watching, you might have to watch an Ultraman movie here. And I know that's been mentioned on here, but I don't remember it. Learning. Ava says, I'm learning to use my other fingers in place of the ring finger. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have to just compensate. Paul says, the man that played Torgo was perfect. Good. But it says, yes, I never get notifications for your show either, Brian. Huh. I have no idea what would cause that. Brett says, hello, Ava. And I think she's still on. Oh, yeah. Yep, she's replying to Brett. Says, hello. Hi, Brett. Let's see. Hey, Brian, busy in Pennsylvania the other day, huh? It was busy in Pennsylvania. It was busy, right? I mean, well, all right. Breaking the fourth wall here. Yes, here in Butler County, Pennsylvania. Yes. Crazy, crazy. John says the black and white version will be on Netflix soon. Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't think it looked like it was coming soon. Daniel says maybe tomorrow. Oh, your wife's coming back tomorrow. Very, very cool. Very cool. Paul says Manos will live forever. With some people, apparently. Tom says, what a day when if you wanted to see the black and white version, you just turn the color knob on your CRT TV. Was a day when Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. I forgot all about that stuff. I guess you still could though. I mean, I don't know how to do it. I'm sure you could hit something with your remote on the smart TVs now they have. Um, Maybe it's a different, like quality of black and white though. Real sharper. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. But it says, so Brian, what's the topic for tonight? Or just random rants and ravings? I'm going to go with random rants and ravings, although I started out with Godzilla Minus One. Just because we just saw that one and I very much enjoyed it. I'm also looking forward to, isn't there a Nosferatu? Oh, that's the trailer of Nosferatu. Oh, that plays right away, but my escape room commercial won't play half the time. All right, I see how it is. But yeah, any good horror movies coming out that anybody is aware of? Somebody said something about, I don't know if this is being done or am I just imagining this, a Return to Salem's Lot. Did somebody say something about that? Or am I just totally imagining it? I don't know. Seems familiar. Stephanie says, has anyone seen the Munster movie called Munsters Go Home? I don't remember if I saw that one. I saw some of the later ones that they did, but I don't, one or two, I might have seen one, but I don't remember if that's the one or not. Ava says, I'm okay with that, LOL. With the Ultraman, awesome. Patty says, Netflix Ultramarine toys are at Walmart. I'm not sure what those are. Ultramarine toys? All right. Well, Google those if you're interested and see what they're all about. I'm not sure what the Ultramarine toys are. But cool. Bonin says, yes, Miss Stephanie Press, if not bad, it's not bad if you like the Munsters. Ava says, yes, right in our county, referring to what we were talking about, the shooting that happened, of course. Assassination attempt. Patty says, not Ultramarine, Ultraman. Oh, a little typo there then. Ultraman, awesome. Okay, Patty says that there's Ultraman toys are at Walmart. I'm going to have to get some for... Where's it at? Where is it at? For my Chiller Night store. Gift shop, escape rooms, haunted house. All right, I'll get back to that later. But yeah, see, I'm getting stuff like that too. I'm getting merchandise in. Paul says, is Ultraman on Tubi? I don't know. I kind of think from what everyone's saying, or from what a few people have mentioned, it might just be on Netflix. But I don't know. You can check it out. Patty says, Godzilla Minus One, black and white, available on Fandango / Voodoo. Cool. Brett says, we need to shoot a horror show here at the mall. Yeah, we could do one like they did with Dawn of the Dead. The Monroeville Mall. Patty says, Monsters Go Home. That's the one with the car race and the coffin race car. I was right there. I had, Jack Shadow had his picture taken with that car that was in that. I didn't realize that was the movie that was in, but the Dragula for the drag car. 2019 when Jack Shadow was in Pittsburgh doing the Midnight Monster Party. One of the hosts there, or opening up the show. So that was pretty cool. I do have pictures. I could put them on here for maybe next week. John Wayne says, just to address it briefly, it seems like Trump almost lost the election. I almost didn't notice the whole thing. I avoid watching the news. I will say, we'll stay on the chiller topic. However, I mean, that was such a big deal. I will say I was watching it live. I just turned it on because I thought, oh, okay, well, the rallies at this time, I'll sit here. I was actually at the store, and I didn't have anybody in at the time, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll just flick the monitor on the YouTube and see what's going on at the rally live. I did that, and they were escorting them. Like, I just missed that by seconds because they were escorting them off. So I was like, what the heck happened? So I rewound it. I was like, oh my gosh, that's like really close. That's close to where we live, where that happened. People are saying like 1 or 2 inches, just 1 or 2 inches. I'm like, hit his freaking ear. Yeah, I guess if you're talking 1 or 2 inches, like in the angle of your head, that might be so. But yeah, that would have had to go right beside, to hit an ear and nothing else. That's just insane. And of course, tragically, with the Corey Comparator, I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, passed away, shielding his family. And it's just like that, and there were a few other people shot and injured too. So that's just crazy to think that could have happened. And here, right in our area where we're at. So, we were thinking. I mean, we had kind of tossed the idea about going to that rally, but I mean, I really wanted to get to the store that day to kind of relaunch the store that day. And open it under the new name Chiller Night, and so we had gone to one of his rallies before, and we were like maybe 6 people back, 6 people back in the row, so we were pretty close. I was just showing Brett that picture from my phone, how we were pretty close to him. But so we didn't go, but it was like, wow, that's just crazy to think about. It almost seems just surreal. But yeah. Now I'm going to skip some comments just to get caught up a bit. Okay. No, I didn't do too bad. Stephanie says, well, has anybody seen the trailer for a movie called Long Legs? I have not. John Wayne says, how about a Manos Netflix series? Oh my gosh, why are you encouraging this, John? SBC? Paul, did you hear that? Bonus says, well, Godzilla -1 was pretty good. I gotta admit, Godzilla times Kong, I guess the X, is that times or X Kong, wasn't all that great. I just didn't like that little goofy mini Kong monkey. Oh, okay, I didn't see that one yet. I didn't see that. So, the Shin Ultraman, John says, the Shin Ultraman movie released in 2022 is a reimagining of the original series. It was part of a Shin trilogy movie series that began with Shin Godzilla and Shin Kamen Rider. That's cool. What is Shin? What does that mean? I see that, but what SHIN when they say Shin Ultraman, Shin Godzilla? Does anybody know what that is? Bonin says, Miss Stephanie Press, is that the movie about the spider, or am I getting it confused with another movie? Tom says, 100% with you on Godzilla times Kong Bone. Oh, really? Huh. Adam says, hey, Adam, thanks for joining us. Do you like World War II history, Brian? If you do, I assume you do. What was your favorite theater, and who was your favorite general? I would say probably. I mean, I'm initially I'm going to go with Patton. I don't know. How about yours? Anybody else? Anybody else? I assume you're talking about. Maybe you don't mean necessarily U.S. generals, but I don't know. Stephanie says, Bones, I've seen the trailer and I wish it was a spider movie. Bonus says, Tom, I like Godzilla, but I'm seeing Legendary start to go off in a different direction. Bonus says, oh, sorry, Miss Stephanie, I'm getting it confused with another movie. Adam says, how do you not go Patton? I know, right? It's just so cool. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know about this monster movie that we're talking about or not talking about, but it's being mentioned nonetheless. So John says we're getting a new Hellboy movie. Hellboy: The Crooked Man is coming out this year, and it's going to be rated R. I did see that. I mean, I don't know. I lost track of. I think I saw the first two Hellboy movies with Ron Perlman as. Am I saying the actor's right? The actor's name right? I think Ron Perlman, I believe. I didn't see. The other guy was on Stranger Things. I don't know his name, but I think he played the next Hellboy, and then I know they got another guy playing him. So I don't know. I guess they're popular enough to be making more Hellboy movies. I didn't know that was. I enjoyed the first two. I enjoyed them. Tom says Bone almost jumping the shark on that particular movie. Oh, really? Huh. Stephanie says, not really Bones. Also, I almost forgot it stars Nicolas Cage. I'm not really sure what movie that is, but I know you guys are, I miss, sometimes I don't keep up with, or there's so many comments that I forget who said what. So I'm not really, but you're right in the bones anyways. You guys got your own thing out here. John Wayne says, good thing you weren't there. I've been avoiding large crowds since my brother was caught up in a terrorist attack 2 years ago. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope he's okay. But yeah, I've you certainly have to be aware of that type of thing, but I don't look. I mean, we know something's going to happen this year. I mean, there's just the odds are obviously it's. I will say I'm going to say it's inevitable because of the situation where you just can't have that many people pouring in here. And again, I'm responding here. I try to keep things chiller, but obviously something's going to happen. If you're in the military, if you have your police, or if you just have common sense, I'll put it that way. Something. You can't have that many people pouring over your border and not have some of them be, having ill intent towards your country. That's just stupid, Yeah. It gets my brain sizzling. So I'll get back to the chiller stuff because it staggers my mind, the stupidity involved with those decisions. Tom says, I actually did like the David Harbour Hellboy movie. Is that now David Harbour? Is that the guy who played him right after Ron Perlman? Because I didn't remember his name. If that's the guy, I just didn't see it yet. It's not for me. I don't know. I might like it, but I just haven't seen it. I saw the first two, and that was it. John Wayne says I only saw the first Hellboy movie. Did you like it? Do you remember it that well? I thought they were entertaining. Brennan says, yeah, I agree with you, Tom. Brian Ivor says, hello. Hey, Brian, thanks for joining us. Yes. Well, while we're talking about movies, every Saturday night you can watch Chiller Night Theater on Stream TV, still beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Stream TV. You can see the site right here, streammedia.tv. They play 4 Chiller Night Theater episodes, 4 movies, 4 chillers, hosted by Jack Shadow. And also, you can watch Chiller Night Theater every Saturday night at 11:58, basically midnight. I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. On New York 48, WWON TV, Saturdays at 11:58. Now, if you are not sure how to get there, you just need to simply go to my Facebook pages, either me, Bryan Hogue, or you can go to, watch this, Chill Night Escape Experience. You can go to, which one's next? Jack Shadow's House of Terror and Chiller Night Theater. And you can go to any one of those, and wherever I'm posting this picture with the WONTV post, there is a link right there that you can go there to that site and watch it live. It's streaming live, just like on Stream TV. So want to go back and forth, that's fine. If you want to watch Chiller Night Theater, we have given you ways to do that. So, bonus is, speaking of Nicolas Cage, I saw Renfield, and it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Next up is Last Voyage of the Demeter. So we'll see how it is. See, we saw that. Abe and I saw The Last Voyage of the Demeter. I actually mentioned that last week, I think. As I think it was, I was asked about that. I had seen that. We did see it. I enjoyed it, but you know, like I enjoyed about 90% of it, you know, which is pretty good in my book, I guess. John Wayne says, yes, my brother was lucky, but what he saw there affected him deeply. It took a couple of years until he fully recovered from it. I'm sure, because even if somebody like survive something like that, obviously there is a, you know, trauma that can, you know, happen. So that's why I'm just amazed at the series of events since Saturday have been happening like they have been. That's just that's crazy. Tom says, yeah, Harbor was in Stranger Things. Okay, yep, I know the guy. Okay, I didn't realize that was his name, but all right, so that's the one who was after Ron Perlman, and that's the one I haven't seen. So Adam says, Dark Horse Wrestling is back for one night and one night only. The main event is between 3 Universal Monsters. Yeah. Who would be in the match, and what stipulation would you add to make it real spicy? All right. I mean, the main event between 3 Universal. Oh, between 3 Universal Monsters. Okay. All right. Well, let's add. Oh man. Oh, that's a good one. Because I'm right off the top of my head, I'm thinking Creature from Black Lagoon and the Wolfman. As 2 of them. Now that third one is really like, how about the Invisible Man? Even though he doesn't have like a physical strength. I mean, still, the Wolfman might be able to detect him by smell. Boy, that's a tough one. That wouldn't even be fair, probably throwing him in there, because even if he could like evade them, what's he gonna do? What would he do? You know? Okay, what's the stipulations? I don't know. That's a tough one on the spot here. Well, guys, help me out. What would the stipulations be to make it real spicy? I was gonna say. No, that wouldn't work. Have to be done in a like a swimming pool, 3 feet of water. That okay. Well, then the Invisible Man's screwed. He just, you know, okay, that takes him out. But it'd still be fun to see. I don't know. That wasn't fair at all for him, was it? I threw him in there, and then I just I fed him to the wolves, or to the creature in the Wolfman. Wolfman, yeah, precisely. Paul says, I have to help Mom get ready for bed. I love you, family. See you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. I love you, family. All right, Paul. Thanks for joining us, and you have a good night. And Manos Atorgo says, good night, family, Paul says. All right. Bonus says, good night, Manos Man. Our superhero name for Paul. He is Manos Man. Yes. That man is serious about Manos. John Wayne says, how about a Manos animated series, Saturday morning with Manos? Bonin says the Saturday morning show, a perfectly good reason to sleep in. Manos action figure, Tom Paisley says. Wonder in the world if they have those. What action, Tom? It'd be a super slow motion, Bonin says. Yeah, should you? Yeah, can you really call that an action figure? You're right. I wouldn't have thought of that, but John Wayne says, I would love to have a Manos action figure. Tom says that would be fun. You know, it'd be kind of cool is if they do have those. Or if they do, maybe I'll look into that. And I was gonna say maybe we could mail it to Paul. Of course, maybe he's watching this later and he'll see. But I was gonna say we'll mail it around. Everybody signs it, sends it to him. But it says I'm waiting for the Hitler Churchill Rock'em Sock'em boxer toys. John Wayne says the Invisible Man is always so hard to see. LOL. Stephanie says if I ever encounter a wolf man, I'd be cautious, and by chance, if it's friendly, I'll take it home with me. Also, take care, Paul. Taking the wolf man home, huh? Yeah, I mean, you know, okay. The only thing that would even the odds a little bit is if the Invisible Man was given a gun. I was gonna say a revolver. It doesn't matter if it's what type of, but yeah, okay, a gun with a handgun with silver bullets. All right, I'll give him that. I'll give him that, because if he shoots and kills the Wolfman, then he's wide open for the creature. I don't know that. I don't know. I would watch it. I would watch it. Tom just sent me a link. No way. Is this? Oh my gosh. Manos. Holy cow. I'm wondering if that was to should I show that? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's something to really consider for the for like a surprise, but I'll show it because this is just too cool. Tom, this is what Tom sent me. I don't know if you can see this. I'm trying to get the glare. That is a Manos. Oh, custom action figure. Okay, because I was thinking, who in the world? Okay, it's a custom action figure. Oh my gosh. Let me see if that's a little bigger image. Jeez. Manos the Hands of Fate, the Master Toy custom action figure. Okay, well that's why it's so much then. $55. Because it's custom made. Wow. Very cool. Adam says, Wolfman creature invisible in a Transylvania weapons match. Well, invisible, I don't know. Would yeah, you know, you could give him you could give him a gun with a silver bullet. You know, bullets don't always find their target. We know that. I mean, so you know, fortunately, but maybe unfortunately for the Invisible Man, because if he hits him, that tells the creature where he's at. So I don't know. Yeah, you'd have to hit him. You'd actually have to hit him, and that might not be all that easy with the Wolfman being able to jump around. And John Wayne says, speaking of quality films like Manos, I now have a suitable actress for my movie. Oh, cool. Now you said, if I remember right, I think I'm remembering this correctly. I think the genre was science fiction. Am I correct? Or am I just... Lasercorn says, peeps, I'm late again, sorry. Hey, Laser, thanks for joining us. Bonus says, Tom Paisley strikes again. I know, that was quick, too. That was quick. Jason says, Manos action figure. Now we need an Iga action figure. Oh. Manos and Iga. Yes, double feature. Ah, there we go. Chiller Night Theater. Oh, man. Ah, that would be... I think even if you like Jack Shadow and Chiller Night Theater, a double feature with Manos and Iga, that would be something, wouldn't it? But it says, well, we all know what Paul's going to ask Santa for this year. Yes. Laser says, sup? That's so funny. There's Torgo. There's the Torgo action figure. Jeez. People are really doing this. Why? Why are they doing it? Oh my gosh. What's the mission of the week, Laser? You got one for it? Yeah, it's been a while, Laser. Yeah, let me think, he says. Yeah. Run to the Hills. Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden. All right. Your metal mission of the week, is that what you're calling them? I forget. Bonus says, I'm getting banned and blocked, I bet. What? What'd you do? I do now, he says. What did you do? Are you got something going on there that I'm not aware of? I don't see anything. Everything looks the same to me anyways. Are you getting some kind of notification or something? All right. You behave. Oh, don't you make me stop this show. Getting banned and blocked. Stephanie says, my goodness, everything somebody says double feature. Every time somebody says double feature, I keep remembering the song Science Fiction double feature from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Science Fiction double feature. Yes, I remember that. And Francis Stars. Yeah, Forbidden Planet. I'm trying to remember the words to it. Bonus says, I'll be a trooper and go for that, Laser. All right, there you go. Stephanie says, Bones, what have you done, mister? What? Yes, what have you done, Bonehead? John says, how about Manos Hands of Fate Barbie Brides? Tom says, I have a Van Gogh action figure with optional head sporting an ear bandage. Really? Laser says, don't know. Well done, Bonehead, Laser says. John Wayne says, how much does the Manos figure cost? $55. Plus $6 shipping, I think, if I remember that right. Bonus says, I'm sorry, Mommy, I didn't do nothing. Jason says, Rocky Horror Picture Show and Phantom of the Paradise double feature. Phantom of the Paradise! Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. Phantom of the Paradise. I think you've mentioned that before on here. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. What is that? Is that like is it a retelling of a different version of the Phantom of the Opera, or does it have nothing to do with Phantom of the Opera? Kind of like Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. I'm sure your movie is a lot cooler than that. Patty says, Jason in the back row. What, for the wrestling? Or Jason Bates. Brian says, I heard Manos 2. Don't know if it was real. That I don't know. I have no idea. Bonus says, you know, it may just be a sign of insanity when you can't remember what you've done and to whom you've done it to. Yeah, it might. Just bad memory or dementia, maybe. So, Phantom of the Paradise, Brian says. Phantom of the Paradise. Huh. Yeah, I've never seen that. I've never seen that. I think that, but I remember this being mentioned on one of these programs. I don't know. I was going to look that up, and I see that I've just got new merchandise. New merchandise is being shipped, so I have 2 more boxes being shipped out today. So I'm excited about this. What the heck is Brian talking about? Talk about this, by golly. See, I got a new sign. You don't see it there. That's the old sign. But there's my store, Chiller Night. It's no longer just called Chiller Night Escape Experience. Although it's still, the Escape Experience is still part of the store. The whole store is called now Chiller Night. So yes, the Escape Experience is the Zombie Outbreak Escape Room or the Witching Hour Escape Room. They're both 1-hour escape rooms, and you can book at 814-209-8214, or you can book online at chillernight.com. So there you have it. Look at that. Pretty cool, pretty cool. It says chillernight.com, but I just didn't have room. I know it looks like I do, but there was a lot of space on the edges there. So I didn't want to put the website too small, and then Ava says, why don't you just put .com past Chiller Night? I thought that was an outstanding idea, so that's what we did. The store is called Chiller Night, and you can see more at chillernight.com. Okay. Oh man, there's a lot of, wow! In just that brief period of time. Okay, just it's a Phantom of the Opera with a Faust twist. It has a good soundtrack. Okay. The main star in the original Suspiria and Paul Williams are in it. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is kind of vaguely familiar to me now. Bonus says, thank you, Laser. Couldn't have done that without you setting me up for it. You get an assist on the play. Now, Bonehead thinks he's playing hockey again. Okay. Stephanie says, I've seen Phantom of Paradise. It's sort of like Phantom of the Opera, but with rock and roll. Also, I like the song called Old Love. Tom says, Phantom of the Paradise is a cross between Phantom of the Opera and Rocky Horror. Brian De Palma film. Well made for what it was. Cool. Bonus says, Miss Stephanie Press, you're a sweetheart, and it's fun to get scolded by you. John Wayne says, $60, that's a lot, but it's Manos, very tempting. I know, I know. We would have known about this if it weren't for Tom. Manos and Torgo. Somebody named Torgo. Jason says, I would buy everything in your store if I was there. You have great merchandise. Ah, thank you. I am just, you know, I've got the bobbleheads. The bobbleheads came in like almost right away. I ordered all these bobbleheads. I've got the, you know, Ghost Face. I've got Leatherface. I've got I'm drawing a blank. I don't know why. Bigfoot. I've got the little Sam Hain little character from Trick or Treat. I think who else I got. Oh, Pennywise from It. Yeah. Let's see if I can pull up a picture here. I don't think I could show it on here too well, but maybe I could at least remember which ones I got. Yeah, Ghostface, It, Bigfoot, yeah. Michael Myers. Did I say Michael Myers? I got him too. And then I'll be getting some really cool stuff in this week. I just saw on my phone just a couple seconds ago where the second box of stuff. So I got 2 more boxes of merchandise coming. So I know I'm going to have 1 more coming in on Friday. And hopefully the other thing gets here. Wow, they're just from, the one company's from Pittsburgh. So it should, I could have drove down and got it. But Petty says, can you tell us what you currently have coming merchandise-wise? John Wayne says, speaking of action figures, what was your favorite action figure when you were a child? Oh, man. That's a tough one. My favorite, I don't know if I could say I had a favorite. because I had so many, and I had such a wide variety of interests. Like I had the Star Trek, those little Mego action figures. I had this. They called them the Super Monster line, the Mego Universal Monsters. I had superheroes, Marvel and DC. I had Planet of the Apes. I mean, I had all that stuff. And when Star Wars first come out, I had some of those little toys in Star Wars. Um, I have some stuff from a company called Retro A Go Go, where it's like, I don't know if this picture will show up or not, but it's like I have these little bobblehead guys with Dracula, and they've got the Frankenstein and the Bride. I got like a Grim Reaper character. And I've got some various candies coming in, like horror candy with like Jason and Michael Myers, that, you know, like the tins get the candy in them, and Pez. I got some Pez, some Star Wars Pez with Boba Fett, the Mandalorian Grogu, and some of the other stuff I've ordered were action figures, like the 7-inch action figures of Frankenstein, the Mummy, and the Wolfman, the glow in the dark. Those aren't coming in for a while. They're back ordered. I got plush toys of like Ghostface. I got Funko figures of Pennywise, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Jason. Those are back ordered. Come in whenever they can. What else? But oh, and these little bendy Dracula figures. They look pretty cool. Patty says, can you tell us what you... Oh, I just read that. Tom says, G.I. Joe astronaut with Mercury capsule. Ah, cool. Ava says, I'm going to have my witchy stuff too. That's right. Ava's going to have, like, because she's Aura the Witch, so she's going to have some witchy stuff there, like little... what are they, like good luck dolls instead of voodoo dolls, like little prosperity dolls. So she's making her own line of stuff to sell at the store as well. So that's going to be cool. I can't wait to see a picture of that. Just got a new sewing machine last night for it. So Jason says, Michael Myers too. Yes, we got Michael Myers. Tom says, you have Jack Shadow bobblehead? No, but I would like to know, because I know that you can get custom made stuff like that. Well, just like that, you know, like the Manos and the Torgo toys. You know, people do make custom, but there's a bit companies that do custom made stuff like that. So I would like to get a custom made Jack Shadow. I don't know how much it would cost, because obviously it's custom made. So, you know, I'm buying all this other stuff at wholesale, but yeah, it'd be neat. I don't know. I'm going to look into that. I had G.I. Joe, the 60s toy version. Oh, yeah, I had quite a bit of those, too, when I was a kid. Patty says, favorite doll as a kid, Cher missing a hand, and an armless Barbie doll that I did a head transplant on with Tiffany doll. Ah, you're a sick, Pat. I like that. Well, I mean, we know Patty's skill with being able to customize dolls. We had the Jack Shadow doll that she did and sent. That's forever going to be on the that's part of the show every week. So that's pretty cool. That is a cute Dracula bauble, Stephanie says. Nothing like a serial killer doll with victims included, Bonehead says. I was 8. Sue me, I like dolls with handicaps, Patty says. Patty says, did anyone get the Shrek torture room with functioning tortures? I missed that when it came out. No! I didn't know they had that. Bonehead says, I had the mini terrorist play set with exploding cars and buses. It blew my mind how realistic it was. Oh. John says, I just checked. You could buy a Manos robe. Oh, no. This is getting out of hand. I didn't know they had all this Manos merchandise. Tom says, I've gotten custom baubles made before. One-offs are pretty expensive, but in quantity, the price starts coming down. Oh, I might have to look into that. I might have to look into that. Holy cow! I had no idea it was 8:56. It just seems like we have not been on here all that long. Bobblehead and face bobblehead makes them for about $60. Oh, Patty says B Bob Blur and my Facebook bobblehead makes them for about $60. Interesting. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. Huh. I have to look into that. I have been thinking about that, and I've also been revisiting the idea, with Ava doing her like the witchy dolls. That idea has kind of made me revisit the idea of the Jack Shadow jiggler toy, the little rubber toy. So I mean, now I'm still climbing that mountain a little bit with activities and getting stuff done. But I'm going to get to the point soon where I can just kind of plateau just in time, mind you, for the haunted house. Okay, and then after that, I can start focusing realistically on this other stuff. Where before I never really had that luxury, I guess, where I could do that. So now we get all kinds of stuff. Stay safe, all. Stephanie says, yes, you too. Thank you. Bonus says, Brian, you got to let me know if you ever get a Jack Shadow action figure for sale. I got to get one of them. I will let you know. I will absolutely let you know. And Tom says, you could justify more pricey Jack Shadow baubles, especially if they were signed and numbered, limited run. I'd buy one. That's a really cool idea. In fact, I was just talking with Ava tonight before the show about stuff like that. Like once we set up the e-store to our, to the chillernight.com, once we expand it to an e-store online, I was thinking, wouldn't that be kind of cool if it could be requested or an option for Jack Shadow to sign, some of the items going out, and that would certainly be one of them. John says, you have been watching Chiller Night Live with Bryan Hogue. This is Crozak the Grand reminding you to keep hydrated, and there's only 3.5 months to go until Halloween. Until next week, stay chilled and keep thrilled. All right, thank you, Crozak the Grand. Bonus says, yeah, great idea, Tom. I'd definitely buy one too. That is a neat idea. I'll have to look into that. Very good idea. Limited number or limited run there and signed. I like where this is going. John Wayne says, Jack Shadow Pez dispenser? I don't know. Now I really don't know how to do that one. Very cool. Well, it is 8:59. Folks, thank you for joining me and each other. We've covered lots of different topics, including serious topic from Saturday. I personally, I wish President Trump well. I'm so happy that I believe God's hand was involved there in keeping him safe. So, and we've covered a lot of topics here with Chiller, a lot of fun stuff, as well as the serious. Sometimes we blend stuff a little bit. I try not to do that too much, but that was such a just an incredible event. I mean, that's obviously historic, and it's hard not to have that kind of in the forefront of my mind. But thank you for a lighthearted hour. Thank you for joining me in this conversation and each other. Have a good night. Have a good chiller night, and I will see you next week.